Welcome back, viewers, to Highlights Entertainment. And if you're thinking that, wait, this is where the first video ended, you are so correct. We're back at Post Road Square at the request of you, the viewers, as we are here to please you. Now, before I continue, let me just look at a little background or history of Post Road. Post Road used to be the epicenter of the community. Yes, man, the epicenter of the community, where both children and adults alike will come out and enjoy themselves in social gathering, social activities. Yes, Post Road was very vibrant, full of life. Now it is just left to be a ghost town, as some of us will call it. But Post Road has seen some development in recent time, where the Post Road water supply system was installed under the Rural Water Supply Limited, which is an agency of the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Yeah, man. So, famous Patisserie Spring that has been serving the community with water for decades, if not centuries, has been utilized to its full potential. Yeah, man. So, a tank was erected in the vicinity of the Patisserie Spring, where that water that used to constantly run now is stored in that tank. And with the use of solar technology, that water is then pumped to the tank at Ryan Hill, where that water is stored and then gravity feed to the community twice per week. Yeah, man, you heard that correctly. That water is then gravity feed to the community. So all the community members in Post Road and some parts of Woodside are now benefiting from this water supply system twice per week, which is a good look for the community. Now let's embark on that journey. That journey from Post Road to Pear Tree Grove. So we'll be going along this roadway. This is one of those roads that can take you all the way into Bagwalk, Linstead, Spanish Town, and all those areas out there in St. Catherine. Now, close to the end of this video, there is going to be a shocking revelation. So I will encourage you, stick around to get that piece of information close to the end of this video. So as we continue along this roadway, this is going to be not only bumpy, but dark and lonely. As you can see, we have just started and we have several trees overhanging the entire roadway. Coming up on our right is the Post Road Seventh-day Adventist Church. Well, you know, with everything, we must put God. So the church still remains in the community. And that is just one of the churches. So we have other churches within the community as well. This roadway used to be very busy. Busy in the sense where public transportation used to pass through this roadway. And the farmers in the area would take their goods on these transportation into Spanish Town or the Coronation Market to sell their goods. So it was very helpful as it relates to economic drive. If you look on the right, you'll see a set of abandoned buildings. And this is just a set of many that is along this stretch of road. Right there with those thick bushes, there's another house beyond that, overgrown by trees and bushes, you name it. Yeah, man. And if I should just let you in on this piece of information, with the recent local government elections, the entire area, be it St. Mary or Northeast St. Catherine, are controlled by persons from the same political party. So all the elected officials, representatives in this area are from the same political party. The only thing greener in this area than the representatives are the natural vegetations that you are looking at, if you get the gist. You understand me? So let us see what is going to happen in years to come, since as is only one side controlling all of this area. They must can come together and ease the burden of the people. Yeah, man, they must can pull together and ease the burden of the people. Now, as I come up on this section of the roadway, I just want to pause in remembrance of one Kimani Payne. Yeah, man. Kimani was a resident of this said community, and in this very vicinity that we are right now, Kimani was attacked on Sunday the 12th of September 2021 about midnight and stabbed to death by hoodlums. This was a shocker to the community, as the community is very peaceful and is not used to crime of this nature. Yeah, man. So let us just remember Kimani. Kimani was destined to make something of his life, as he worked hard as an higgler, trying to make ends meet, and his life was just taken away, just like that. You understand? That left a cold place in the heart of many that live in this community of Post Road. Alright, so Kimani, big up yourself, youth. Now RIP. Sleep on, my general. Now let us continue. This roadway is beyond deplorable. Look at the side of the road. Bush on both sides. No longer does the bushing exercise carried out in these areas. Overgrown trees affecting the utility wires. Not even the utility company will pass through these areas and debush the area so the light wires are not affected. And even though the community is abandoned by these elected officials or representatives that should be making their life a bit easier, some persons genuinely love the area and will not go anywhere, as there were evidence that construction were still taking place in some parts along the roadway. Persons are still renovating their homes. You understand me? Now, I know some persons may be saying, but I am seeing some pipelines to the left along the roadway. Yeah, man, there are some pipelines there. These pipelines were laid some years ago, and the community members were overwhelmed. They were full of joy as they see this as, yes, finally they'll be able to live accordingly to how some persons are living in other areas where they'll have running water, tap water, right there at their homes. This project, however, did not live too long, as take a look at the screen. You will see where there are even sections along the roadway where these pipes have been damaged, totally pulled apart. So this program has long gone. So the members living in these communities, this part of the community, are without water, as the system that I spoke about earlier, the Post Road water supply system, does not feed this side of the community. And just as it was between Windsor Castle to Post Road, these community members will have to journey neighboring communities, whether by foot or motor vehicle, to catch water for drinking. It is sad to know that at this day and age, persons still have to be going through this just to survive or to enjoy the basic amenities that should be afforded to everyone. Coming up on our right, viewers, is one of those areas that is well known within the community. Or should I say used to, is the Richmond Hill Basic School. This is where the Richmond Hill Basic School used to be, and I said used to because it is now a thing of the past. This school has since locked its doors to the young children within the community for several reasons, but one of them naturally has to do with the poor state of the roadways and parents afraid of sending their children to walk along these roadways to get to school, as that is the only means to get there unless they will have to charter a motor vehicle to take them there. So the Richmond Hill Basic School has closed its doors to children within the community. If you look closely at the screen, you realize that we have another fallen utility pole. This time, this utility pole has a transformer. And if you look closely, you'll see where a bamboo was utilized to hold up that service entrance wire that runs from the utility pole to the basic school. That in itself is hazardous, as we don't know when that piece of bamboo will give way, and someone may just very well pass, to include a child, that could just touch that wire, and who knows, could be electrocuted. And just when I thought I'd seen it all, I came upon this mini sinkhole. I call it a mini sinkhole in the middle of the road. And the citizens had to use a piece of tree trunk to place in that hole and a piece of red cloth just to warn persons It's just a matter of time before that entire roadway will give way, and who knows, it may be impossible to motor vehicles. And if you turn your attention again to the screen, you will see, well, the remnant of a plum tree dead ahead. That plum tree has stood there for as long as the residents can remember, and that has fed several generations of students who walk back and forth along that roadway to get to school at the Pear Tree Grove Hall Age School, now the Pear Tree Grove Primary School. For the persons who know the area, naturally, they will know that plum tree. Try not to blink, because if you did, you would have just missed that teleportation session that left from Pear Tree Grove all the way to Holland Bamboo in St. Elizabeth. For a moment there, I honestly thought I was in Holland Bamboo, as these bamboo trees formed a canopy over the roadway, making the area rather dark at times. Yeah, man. And this is where the few students who do journey in that area has to walk and pass on a daily basis to get to school, which is just ahead, and that is the Pear Tree Grove Primary School. This school used to be the leading all-age school in the area back then, as a lot of students attended this school. And I know too that some of the viewers or listeners here today attended this school as well. If you had attended this school, leave a comment in the comment section below and share an experience or experiences that you had whilst attending this school. Now, as promised earlier at the start of the video, that there is going to be a shocking revelation at the end of this video. Now, if you just look ahead closely to where you will see that gate in the corner right there. If you look at the roadway, you realize that the surface is totally different. From the start of this video until now, the road surface has been the best you have ever seen throughout the entire video. And the reason is, some years ago, some smart person decided, say, listen, you're going to fix the road. Give the community members a false sense of hope. False sense of hope. They fixed approximately 50 meters of the roadway. 50 meters. Yeah, man. That was not just a disrespect to the residents living in the area, but utter mockery to the people. Utter mockery. Now, let me do some mathematics here and look what the numbers really means to us. This stretch of roadway from Post Road to this point is approximately 3 miles. It is said that approximately 1.6 kilometers make a mile, so that will make it about 5 kilometers from Post Road to this point. 1,000 meters make a kilometer, so that will make that same stretch of roadway about 5,000 meters. Now people, just imagine, of the 5,000 meters of roadway, they fixed 50 meters. 50 meters of 5,000 meters of roadway. Well done. Well done to the persons who did this. Well done. Just a little extra bit of information. If you look closely at the screen, you will see another natural spring, similar to that which we looked at earlier at the start of the video. This one is actually at Pear Tree Grove. And yes, people, viewers who know this place, it is still working. It is still working. This is one of the main sources of water in Pear Tree Grove. And as you can see, water is still coming from the top. It is still working. So persons out there who have not been to the area in quite some time, feel free to visit, man. Because after going through those winding and bad roads, you'll have this spot right here to cool off with some cool water coming from the hills. So there you have it, viewers and subscribers. And for those who have not yet subscribed to the channel, feel free, go ahead and do so now, as we have more interesting videos coming up in our program. Peace.